Let me throw this at you, Rabsy. Engles needs to start at Ibrox, perhaps even ahead of Callum McGregor. He's an absolute Rolls Royce and was brilliant yesterday. Maybe his best performance in a Celtic shirt, Mick, yesterday for Arne Engles.
No, I thought he's played better than that. I thought he was terrific yesterday. I've seen him. I thought he's some of his early displays against Bratislava in the Champions League was outstanding. He's had a few other cracking games. He's only had 2 or 3 off games, to be honest. I know punters have kind of jumped on it and saying, "No, he's not worth the money. He's off the boil and all that stuff." I don't think he was particularly honking.
I think it's a silly thing to say he should play instead of Callum McGregor.
That's just nonsense. That's just nonsense. I mean, talking about a guy who has bossed, countless Old Firm games through the years for a decade practically. No, but I think Engles. I think he's played his way into the team for Ibrox. I think he'll start now. He was back to his kind of best. Not his best. I think there's more to come from him. But he was firing all cylinders against St Johnstone. Different kind of test, obviously. I thought in the kind of previous game against Rangers, I think you get caught up in the madness a wee bit. But he's obviously a quality player. I think he will be one of the starters. I think him and Hitati probably start.
In fairness, Mick, you did call that yesterday, didn't you? You did say that you felt he'd played his way into the starting 11 for the derby.
I think so. I think even just the way he played, then coming off with half hour to go, it's a kind of telltale sign, isn't it, that he's done his job for the day. Caught and wool, big man. Get in the ice bath, get the baffies on up the road. We'll see you Thursday for the big one. So yeah, likewise, Bernardo played 90 minutes. I thought he played really well, actually. But I suspect that means that he'll be back on the bench for Ibrox. But he'll have a kind of key role because I think they'll bulk him on with half hour to go, probably. Depending on, well, it doesn't matter what the situation is, he'll probably come on and have some sort of impact. I think the team is fairly set from Celtic. I mean, the left back issue. I suspect Greg Taylor will start at Ibrox. Don't you think, Keith? I think Taylor will come in.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Rodgers trusts Greg Taylor. I know he did a particularly couple of European moments at hand, didn't he? I mean, he had a bit of a boo-boo for the opening goal.
But he had so much back, and his ability to play that inverted role and drop in and act, next to Cal McGregor to give, Celtic a better base at the bottom of the midfield and all that. I can't see anything else other than Greg Taylor starting.
No, I agree. I think he will. I think he'll get the nod. And I think he is a little bit underappreciated times, Greg Taylor.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
He's been really, really consistent performer for a number of years, including in these games. He knows what they're all about. There's not a gamble there with Greg Taylor, I don't think. So I think if he's fighting fit, he'll be back in. Liam Scales, Austin Trusty one is maybe another area interesting. I think Scales might get the nod. I don't know, actually. That's an interesting one. I think Trusty is quite a good kind of slightly good. I think he's a good siege defender. If he expects Rangers to come on strong, he might go with Trusty. And especially the Rangers that played at Hampden, a lot of long balls. That's kind of Trusty's kind of department. He likes to deal with that kind of stuff.
But if you remember, Mick, he had to make decisions during that game, in game.
Yeah,
and I think what he did was he realised that Rangers were trying to suffocate Cal McGregor and not let him influence, dictate play from the middle of the pitch. So it meant the centre halves were seeing more of the ball, and quite clearly he put Scales on because he believes that his distribution, his range of passing, is far better than Trusty.
That's exactly what I'm saying. If he thinks there's going to be that kind of game, then I think Scales will get the nod because I think Scales is slightly more dynamic with the ball at his feet. And I think Trusty is slightly stronger in the air. I think it depends how Rangers play it. They were very direct at Hampden as well. They went long quite a lot of times and thought, right, let's have the ball and let them come at Rangers and we'll pinch it in their own half and then hitting the break with Czerny. So they might. I just don't know if they can play that way. Ibrox again. I don't know if that'll fly as such to make a bit more of the ball, which might mean that Celtic might try and counter attack that. I don't know. So that's an interesting one. I think that could be a kind of either or job. I don't know. Celtic don't really need to win either, so they might be slightly more defensive. I don't know. I think you might see. I mean, I think McGregor will start obviously, but you might see Engles being slightly deeper than he was at the week in the game yesterday.